All right, team, Thor from Afterburner here, and we're in the middle of chaos. Well, we happen to know a little something about leading teams through chaos. When I was a fighter pilot, that was the environment that we thrived in. That was what we expected to encounter when we were flying 2 times the speed of sound, 3 feet away from our closest friends, and employing in an ever-changing environment. But you need to employ some similar tactics in order to thrive in this environment as well. There's 2 things that were sure to kill us as fighter pilots, 2 attitudes that we could take that were definitely going to stop us in our mission and possibly kill us in the process. The first one is panic. The first response to chaos is to throw our hands up in the air, to panic, to get into a fear mode, and to make bad decisions and not trust our training and trust everything that got us to this point. And we're seeing some panic take place right now. We're seeing some panic from the response to the chaos that we're in. We're seeing some panic on the side of governments across the globe. And we're seeing panic from individuals as they do runs on stores and the other things we see take place. That was a killer for us in our environment of chaos. If we're panicking, we're not making smart decisions about how to move forward. The other thing that was a killer for us was a passenger mentality. In other words, the passenger mentality as a fighter pilot meant that you were just kind of observing everything that was taking place. It was a little bit surreal as you're watching all of this occur, and you miss the fact that there are very real threats that you're not acknowledging right now. And to be honest with you, this is my bigger concern for a lot of the teams out there today. I was on my elevator here coming up to work, and I was talking to somebody that works in the same building. And she said, it's been great. She's actually really enjoyed this because none of her customers are working right now. And so she's going to have a really light day. And I thought to myself, as I'm getting out of the elevator, that is the passenger mentality. That person doesn't realize that, listen to me, you ready? This is not a snow day. You have to make this up. This is not something to celebrate right now. If you're at home thinking, I get to watch Netflix and catch up on things, you're missing out on the opportunity to get ahead of this and to do the things you need to as a team in order to make sure that you're on the other side of this in a good position. This too shall pass. So it's not time to panic, but it is time to take stock and make some smart decisions about what we're going to do next. So as fighter pilots, and here at Afterburner, let me share with you what we've done already and what I recommend all of you do today. Do not first assess, have an open, honest conversation about how the environment is changing around you, about the new threats that exist. Do this from a business perspective. Why will we fail? Having a conversation about the threats that are emerging right now and stopping you from succeeding. And then the other side of that coin, have an honest conversation about what the new metric is for success for your team. And it's probably going to sound different from what they thought it was going to be a month ago. So you need to realign them against that common mission objective. 2, build alignment to a plan. Build out a plan for the next 30 to 45 days and assume some of the things like communication will be challenged. Assume that we'll not be in front of each other. So how are you going to mitigate those threats and put that into your course of action and then hold your team accountable for executing it? And then ultimately, figure out a way to stay agile during execution. Today looks very different than it did 24 hours ago, and I promise 24 hours from now we'll have new pop-up threats, we'll have new pop-up resources, and you need a way as a team to be able to quickly take stock of those and adjust your plan accordingly so you can stay on track for your objectives. Teams, don't fall into the panic mentality. This too shall pass. We'll be on the other side of this in a couple of months, and you get to decide where your team's going to be sitting at that point when we have our very real objectives still sitting in front of us. And don't be passengers. We need to figure out a way to get ahead of these challenges as a team, lead through the disruption, lead through the chaos, and use a clear checklist for execution to keep the team focused and directed during this time period. Ladies and gentlemen, your success is our mission. Good luck. Stay tuned for more updates.